Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Johan and I'm a Dutchie, and I try to learn about life and living in Australia, doing that by watching YouTube videos about life and living in Australia, because I cannot go down there. It's all over down and I'm afraid of flying, so it won't happen soon. So I'm doing this by watching videos about Australia, and it's very good. It's very interesting. I'm learning a lot in the last couple of weeks because this channel is only young. And I had a video a couple of days ago about not to move to Australia, and a lot of people commented in this video that the emu wars are real. And I think, what? Emu wars? Are those real? What the hell? So Kyle suggested to me by my suggestion form a video about the Great Emu War of 1932. So I wonder, what is this all about? I'm just curious what we're talking about the emus. I'm really wondering. I'm really so. I like the video already, so let's take a look at this video. Sound is reasonable, maybe a bit too loud. I hope that the music is okay. That's the intro.
I've always enjoyed the drive to Kalgoorlie. I like watching the landscape morph from urban grey to hills green, and eventually from wheatbelt yellow to goldfields red. It shows how diverse Australia can be within a 7-hour drive. There's also plenty of abandoned buildings to spot. If I was a passenger, I would note these down. One of those locations is Walgoolan. It's easy to miss if you're not
Walgoolan. So it's a place. Okay.
paying attention. For 290 kilometres down the Great Eastern Highway near Merredin, you'll see dirt roads, a derelict town hall, and, if you squint, what appears to be the remains of a tennis club. I had planned to stop on a recent filming trip around the Kalgoorlie region purely because I knew it was there. But even during the visit, I had no idea about its involvement in the Great Emu War of 1932.
Yeah, the Great... It sounds so dramatic. The Great Emu War.
That year, 30,000 emus migrated to the area, destroying crops and fences. Surprisingly,
Oh, okay. That's the basis. Okay. They migrated.
the Australian military were deployed to perform a cull. But even though they were using machine guns, which almost sounds unbelievable, they were unsuccessful. Effectively, they lost the war. You may have
They lost the war. Oh boy.
seen other videos about the Great Emu War, usually by Americans. There's hardly ever any mention of the communities that were affected, however. But this is where it happened. Walgoolan.
Oh boy. It's even before World War II, so Australia had already experience in warfare. What the heck happened there?
The location of the town site was originally a siding for the Eastern Railway, established somewhere between 1895 and 1899. This was just a loop track used to obtain timber for the mine sites. It was eventually decommissioned and removed, but would be relaid once the town was settled. The land was
But the entire town is now gone? So nobody lives there anymore?
attractive to settlers. It had fertile soil, the siding, access to the Goldfields water supply, and of course, the Great Eastern Highway. Land was set aside for the town site in 1913, but it wouldn't be gazetted until 1923. From there, 100 settlers, most of whom were World War I veterans, took up the land for farming, primarily wheat. By the end of the 20s, the town was taking shape. The concrete hall was built for £750 in 1927, with the tennis courts alongside it. This was the only brick hall in the Shire of Westonia. As such, it was frequently used. It served as a baby clinic, playgroup, a branch of the CWA, a church, a school, a theatre, and even hosted badminton matches. The newspapers at the
So multifunctional.
time regularly reported on the CWA, which appeared to be quite a prominent force in the local community. For example, on the 11th of January 1931, quote, "A most enjoyable New Year's Eve party was arranged by members, and, despite the depressing times, everyone enjoyed themselves to the full." The district also had a total of 5 schools, a branch of the Wheat Growers Union, shops, a bank, a cricket club, and the tennis club next door to the hall. The tennis courts were originally just a tiny shed, but
Yeah. The British. We have to play tennis.
eventually upgraded to the 2-room brick structure we can still see today. 2 grain elevators were also built in 1932. These were each fitted with an engine and built on the railway siding. And, speaking of the railway, there are also weekly services for mail and groceries. Sounds lovely, but Walgoolan was about to make international headlines for very bizarre reasons.
International headlines. Okay. I wasn't born at that time, so I don't remember.
Emus typically migrate after the breeding season, heading towards the coast from the interior. The migration of 1932 was larger than usual, however, thanks to a drought. As they migrated through Walgoolan and other surrounding areas like Campion, the emus discovered freshly cleared land and new water sources used for farming. This was an ideal environment for the emus, and they decided to stay. They ate and spoiled the crops, trampling everything around them as they went. They also damaged fences, leading to more wildlife getting in, like rabbits. After concerns were raised by ex-farmers, ex-soldiers who served in World War I were sent to meet with Sir George Pearce, who was the then Minister of Defence. The emus needed to be dealt with immediately, so obviously the solution was to request machine guns. The agreement was
Machine guns. Oh, wow. Not shotguns. No. Drastically, machine guns.
that the government would pay for troop transport, while the farmers would pay for the ammunition, as well as supplying meals and accommodation. From there, war was declared. The commander was Major Gwynedd Purvis Wyn Aubrey
War was declared. Oh, man.
Meredith. Quite a name you have there, Major. He was from the Royal Australian Artillery's 7th Heavy Artillery. The rest of the battalion comprised of 2 soldiers, Sergeant S. McMurray and Gunner J. O'Halloran. Godspeed, gentlemen.
Oh, there were only 2. Okay.
They were supplied with a gun each and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. Specifically, they were deployed with Lewis guns, a type of automatic machine gun common during World War I. Additionally, the soldiers had a cinema photographer with them. I only found about a minute of footage online, however. They were delayed by rain, but the operation officially started on the 2nd of November 1932. I'm sure the soldiers assumed it would be a quick and easy job, but they quickly discovered that the emus were quite the challenging foe. They can run up to 50 kilometers an hour and have excellent hearing and eyesight. Once firing at a pack begun, they would split off into smaller groups and scatter into many different directions, ensuring their survival. This happened continuously. Even attempts to set up ambushes near water sources resulted in the same outcome. They even tried mounting one of the machine guns to a truck, but the terrain was too rough for accurate shooting, let alone keeping up the pace. After 6 days, 2,500 rounds of ammunition was spent. Estimates range wildly about how many birds they actually killed. Some say it was as low as 50, but even according to the farmers, it was still only 500. As you can probably imagine, the media had a field day with the story, and this reflected badly on the defense minister. Pearce would mockingly be called the Minister of the Emu War by Senator James Dunn. The story even made the press in the UK. As such, he would withdraw the troops on the 8th of November. There was renewed support for the operation over the next few days, however, as the problem continued to persist. Even the then Premier, James Mitchell, voiced his support. As such, culling resumed on the 13th of the same month. It started slow, but the soldiers eventually found their groove. By the 10th of December, Meredith claimed there was a fatality every 10 rounds, with 986 confirmed kills using 9,860 rounds. He also claimed that an additional 2,500 birds had died of their injuries. The operation had ended, but the farmers requested repeats in 1934, 1943, and 1948, all of which were rejected. Instead,
Okay, so it was a good starting point, but did not eradicate the real problem. So they have to do it again, but nobody responded positive.
And other measures over the years would prove more effective. This included a bounty program and the adoption of exclusion barrier fencing. As a nod to the war, 500,000 rounds of ammunition was also given to the farmers in 1950 after the issue was again raised in Parliament.
Oh, they got ammunition. So you can buy, maybe nowadays, but in those times you couldn't buy any ammo?
Life went on in Walgoolan. Articles I found throughout the 30s mentioned highs and lows. For example, a state school was constructed in 1934. One of CBH's earliest and biggest receival sites was also built the same year. But on the other hand, a violent storm devastated the town in 1936. This resulted in the town hall temporarily losing its roof. But what ultimately happened to Walgoolan? Why is it now?
Yeah, it's the next question. Is it a storm? Okay, and then rebuilt.
Now an abandoned highway-side curiosity. Evidently, the downfall wasn't caused by emus. Sadly, the answers aren't as fun or zany. The Great Depression and a series of droughts negatively affected the area in the following years, which prompted farmers to leave. Reportedly, only a single shop remained open by 1940. Once that closed, the town site was effectively abandoned as far as commerce was concerned.
So it looks like good land around it with plenty of green and trees. So it is, as far as I know, usable farmland.
The community did continue, even if there were no more amenities like shops. For one, a brick supper room was constructed for the hall in 1961 by the CWA. Seemingly, at that time there was still enough activity to warrant it, but the community did eventually wane. A lot of these smaller farms have been merged over time, declining the population. I'm not sure when the sighting was pulled up for the second time, but I doubt that helped the situation either. So, what exactly does remain? Well, not much, but there are still active farms nearby. There were 10 families in 2010 and a population of 64 in 2021. Otherwise, the town hall is the most prominent abandoned feature. It's not in good condition, however. There's a massive hole in the roof, and as such, the hole is full of ceiling debris and bird shit. The rear wood and metal section has mostly collapsed too. I'm unsure when it was last active. Inherit has some photos from 1982, but it's hard to tell if it was abandoned by then or not. There's not too much else to say, but there are some toilet blocks around the back, complete with the remains of a toilet brush holder. The tennis club is in an even worse state. Most of the roof is missing, and what remains appears to be collapsing imminently. The club consisted of 2 rooms, one of which included this cool looking stove. The courts themselves are mostly non-existent. The surrounding fence is mostly gone.
You cannot even see that it was once a tennis court. Is it a pole of the net?
Aside from the support poles. There's not much to see of the railway siding either, although I only explored around town. I found some sleepers and what appears to be the remains of a platform. Anything remaining of the CPH site was likely wiped out when the highway was realigned. The other major remains are these shops, but they appear to now be someone's home. I'm glad someone is looking after it, but I didn't want to slink around and film it too much. Otherwise, there's a highway rest stop, which includes a gazebo full of historical information. This was erected in 2010 and coincided with the launch of a history book called East of the Fence. Near the gazebo, there's also a restored wagon that appears to have been put on display recently. It was restored by Robert Murray on behalf of the Walgoolan Historical Committee.
Wow, somebody spent some time.
Unfortunately, they don't appear to have any online presence. I'm sure they hold information that would have been very useful for this video. The Great Emu War of 1932 has morphed into popular culture. It's been covered by plenty of YouTube videos and articles, even making it to the silver screen. While there is a movie in the works starring John Cleese and Rob Schneider,
With John Cleese. Okay. Oh boy.
Australians actually beat them to the punch. A comedy outfit called Hot Dad Productions released a film last year called The Great Emu War.
Official trailer. I try to find it.
It's a comedy and not historically accurate in the slightest, but hey, that's okay. If you're interested in the rest of this filming trip, I've released a behind the scenes vlog for the channel's members. There's also a vlog for a separate trip where I visited locations around the Kew, Geraldton and Kalbarri region for videos. There are a few other behind the scenes videos too, like where I detail the production process of the Claresbrook video. The support program is just $3 a month and can be cancelled at any time. That $3 includes the extra content, shows your username at the end of the videos, and also highlights any comments you might make. All money earned goes back into the production of future videos. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, wow. So it's actually true. I was wondering because a lot of subscribers, and not only subscribers, but also reactions suggested that this was all true. And I think, what are we talking about? Wow. Let's take a look if I can find this video about the Emu Wars. I guess it's fun to watch. Okay, the official trailer of the Great Emu War. I see there is a short film along with it. Oh, but that's 30 minutes, so that's too long to... That has to be a separate one. Let's see the trailer. I know where
It's an attack. Listen, I know a way out of here. I can save us.
mankind's greatest
They watch
war.
our every move. They taunt us.
They're stronger than us.
They're faster than us. You have no idea what they're capable of.
Super over dramatic.
This isn't war, Liam. This is genocide. You think you won't scare me? I have a home worth fighting for.
I'm gonna kill them all. Every last emu.
Gonna kill. Only for members, yeah. Okay. The second Emu Wars I see here, the second one. Oh boy. Okay. So it's real. It's real history of Australia, but they made some movies about it. Satire, I guess. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you do, press like. If you want to see other videos of my channel, then this is a good point to start with. And otherwise, it would be really appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next Australian video.